in each phase of the project, you're going to have to do infrastructure work, which will probably be talked about later as well when Chevron talks. But that's a major issue both in all the campuses you go through there are the infrastructure projects that have to take place. In order for these projects to work, the new buildings, as well as the modernization of the existing buildings, they're all going to need infrastructure upgrades in order to accommodate it. The next phase are projects that are actually in the queue and have been sent into the Chancellor's office before are the modernization of the library, Building L, and the modernization of the gym. As well as, for us, then the redesign of the center core of campus at the same time would occur as part of this phase, the expansion of that work. And then the last phase is complete in all the pedestrian entries that we're talking about. And then we have a couple other proposals here that are that have to do in this last phase, that, again, which have to go through a process to determine. One of them is, because of this new entryway into the campus, and you currently can get into campus that way, but it's kind of a back way now. You currently have your diesel building that's right there. That's a building that's lightly right here. And that diesel building, we're proposing to relocate it to this location adjacent to the auto shop building. So you create this core over here of auto-related functions that all occur together. We build the wall around it. We also take away the existing cars that you have stashed in the parking lot here, so to clean up this parking lot, so that becomes a space that's usable and functional. So you contain all those auto-related functions behind a wall that's enclosed and not out in the open, and sort of a major eyesore for the campus. And so you create this zone here of this auto and diesel and repair work. And then the potential exists in this area for there to be some kind of a signature building that becomes sort of another focus point as you come into the campus, as you look across. One of the ideas for this is that there is some potential in the future for some square footage for an assembly classroom building to occur at that location. So we're proposing this as a location, as a building, future building location where that could occur. Then talk about completing some of the parking work that needs to be done, and the possibility even of moving the aviation functions, some of the aviation functions, not all of them, from here onto the campus into this core area as well. And then there are also the possibility, if this campus grows even more, that you have building areas here and in here. And a third thought is in this area where you have the large parking lot. One of the discussions we had about was public-private partnerships and the ability to create zones on each of these campuses that can be used for some form of public-private partnership, or some way that the district can develop, have land that can generate income for them, other than having to live off of the state only. So one of the ideas is to take this quadrant, relocate the Child Development Center, the CDC, and that can be relocated into an area over here, or over here, or over here, and take this swatch of land and have that available for some kind of future development with some other partner. Okay. So that's one of the ideas. In each of the campuses, we looked at the possibility of some form of public-private partnership occurring on these campuses. And so that's the final plan for the campus. Okay. Now, in Merritt College, it's the next one. Again, we had town halls at Merritt. Some of the same issues exist at Merritt regarding the identity of the campus, wayfinding on the campus, difficult to find your way around, not having a really defined quad or center to the campus. Some of the same issues you had at Alameda existed at Merritt as well. And they talk about trying to build out some of the facilities, particularly some of the athletic facilities that they had, and some of the things that were in the original master plan for the campus. These are some of the students who were part of that process, and they had some recommendations that they made regarding movement of some of the facilities, including the student center, to a more centralized location, which we'll talk about in a moment. And again, the same process of the assessment, the analysis, to come to a facility master plan. And these are the areas of concern there. Define the main entrance, wayfinding on the campus, define the core to the campus. Taking advantage of the views is very important at Merritt, because Merritt, obviously, that's one of the real attributes that campus really has, is the natural environment around it and the views that you have from it. This is the existing campus itself. Again, a view of the campus in its environment. The zoning map for the campus. Basically, it's all campus, all institutional up there. And this is the assessment that was done. Again, the physical assessment of the campus. Once again, blue being the best buildings, going down to red being in the worst condition. The R building was not assessed because at the time they were just completing the modernization of the Student Services building. And some of the portables that were not assessed. And again, the buildings are, as you can see, not in great shape in terms of what needs to be done to them. This is the current pedestrian circulation on the campus. This is how we're proposing to reorganize some of those the major circulation patterns on the campus to make it a little more defined, a little more reasonable and sensible, and establishing a center to the campus in the process. This is the landscape plan where you can see we're beginning to put the center of the campus here. It's got obviously very lush all around the campus, and then the major walkways coming across, connecting across the campus and connecting back over to the parking lot. The space needs, again, here with about 45,000 square feet of expansion needed to 2022. And this is the overall master plan that we've developed for the campus. These are the phases that goes under. First phase that we're looking at is the modernization of the library, which is currently in design now. You have that ongoing, which is right here. And then what's also on the plans is the modernization of the horticultural building. But the major one is the new Allied Health and Science building, which is the current discussion is that there will be a new building that will be built for the Allied Health building to meet all the criteria. Initially, I think it was discussion was going to go into the D building. There's now decided it's going to be a new building. That's what the recommendation is at this point, rather. And then all the infrastructure work that needs to go on as part and parcel of that.
What was that blue area at the bottom of the line?
The blue area at the bottom. That's an area that we looked at and trying to take advantage of the views on the campus. One of the things that currently happens there now is people sit out on the little guardrail that's there at the parking lot and look out at the sunset or look at the view. So we're saying one of the real things you have at the campus is the view. So let's utilize that, take advantage of that, create an area where people from the community, from the campus, can come up to the campus and enjoy being there. And so we've basically taken the end of the parking lot and created it's sort of a little vest pocket park, essentially. That's there. There'll be some seating there. So you can stop and stand and look at the view, enjoy the view, and it connects back with walkways that connect all the way back into the main campus. Okay. And then this is the new Allied Health building that we're proposing right here, off of the main drive that comes in. And this is sort of a view of how that building might come together. Again, trying to use some markers to define the entry points with the new building, the new Allied Health building that will come along and then step down the hillside. This is adjacent to the library, which is off to the building on the left. Oh, okay. Let me back up one more. Specifically where it is this is the current Student Services building, and this is the library. And the President's office is right here. So, and this is that area that's right in between. This is the A building, the one with the donut in the middle. This is actually a building which we're proposing to tear down as part of this process, to take this A building down. And then we're going right here in this space in between those. If you know that is right to the right of the library, of the parking lot. And the hillside goes down, so the building would step down the hillside. So it started at grade level, and then this portion building steps down the hillside as you go down. Okay? And that's the view of the same building from the other side, from the central quad area. This is the existing D building. The library's right here. The existing library's here. And then this would be the new Allied Health building, which again would connect through to there's a new parking area on the other side of this building. So we connect through to that parking area, and then you go back up the hill to the front to the main lot on the other side.